Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Davo.
I'm your host, Chainber, and welcome to the Growers Not Showers podcast.
Woo!
Well, hey, I didn't want to say anything, but my revenue from streaming and the podcast came in.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 40 racks,
You're,
baby.
you're
40 racks.
so ridiculous. I can't stand you.
Yeah, about to spend this rack on something, you know. What? Well, you need the money, man? I got you, fam. I got you.
Yeah, all of a whole $20 that I bought on Amazon.
All right. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Speaking of that, so that's a nice little thing. I forgot to tell that on the last one because I think we said it on the last episode, but I was like, I was the whole plan was to get like a bunch of money, whether it was fake or real, and have Chainber just lay in a bed of it, and we did. We ended up taking the picture. I'll insert it right here, post editing, but.
Oh man. Yeah, just my fat ass stretched out on some money. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
I wish the bed was bigger. I would have looked smaller if the bed was bigger. I really did need my own bed now that I think about it.
Yeah, you did. Me and Oscar slept in the bed next to you.
Yeah.
But we were sleeping peacefully, man. All the racket was on the other side.
Dude, I was sleeping when I was traveling and I slept with Cece and him. Me, Cece, and his wife, we shared a room and we all had a smaller room. So it was like Cece had a cot here and Brie had a cot. I said they could have the big bed because I crashed out on the couch the first night.
Yeah.
Boy, did I regret that. They're like, Shane, you better take your ass to sleep on the nice couch on the nice bed because we left it for you. And I was like, oh, really? I thought, I was gonna sleep, But anyway, I slept on that bed, dude. It was comfy as fuck, bro.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
dude. The hotel that we had on the trip wasn't awful, but I mean it got the job done. But it was just a little too close quarters for me.
Honestly, I threw up in that bed.
Did you really?
I threw up.
I didn't know you threw up. I had no idea. I'm sitting there. By the way, we did take a couple edibles. But I was
no. My acid reflux was kicking in.
And
I was coughing hysterically, and you were out like a light. And then I just turned to the side, and I went, ugh.
Yeah.
And then I went right back to sleep.
Ah.
You
didn't clean it up?
No.
Yeah,
I just yanked the sheet off and threw it outside.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say at least you yanked the sheet off. I was gonna say there's no way this man slept in his puke for a whole night. I was about to judge you hard.
Dude, punk rock, dude.
Punk rock. Punk rock. That's nasty.
No.
God damn, man. I really thought you slept in your own vomit for a night. That would have been awful.
Well, it was like vomit. It was like that spit vomit and
stuff
like
okay, yeah. Just like a quick, like a baby spit up, essentially.
Yeah, it was like that spit up, like all that. So, like, basically what I did is I just pulled that sheet off, curled it up into like a little ball, and I just went back to sleep. And then when I got up, when I was fully woken up, because I was super drained. Because you know how tired I got.
Yeah. You were exhausted.
Yeeted it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah. But other than that though, it's pretty good. So, But like
we had a good time anyway.
Yeah.
It was still really fun.
Dude, I've thrown up in worse places like that. Like this one time, like me and my homeboy, like he was complaining to me because like, we got like so drunk and he did some dumb shit. I'm like, honestly, bro, like you're coming at me like this, but I threw up in a shoe. He's like, you threw up in your shoe? I was like, yeah, I threw up in my lugs, bro. And
dude,
he's like, what?
I have a story for you. So this was like back, I would say like maybe 6 years. We would, me, my Uncle Mikey, Uncle Tim, and a couple of their friends would come over. I won't mention any other names. Mm-hmm. But we would just chill. We have like this little fold-up table. We'd play poker, smoke some cigars. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we'd smoke some bud, whatever. Drink a little bit. Well, not a little
Hmm.
bit. We drank a lot, but you know, we did it like old school party style, like just like a couple of bottles of Henny and like maybe a backup Captain Morgan. Like that's what we. This is how we roll every night. Well, not
You
every night,
drunk
but like
Henny? You drunk Hennessy?
yeah. I love a good cognac, but
I hate that shit.
you don't like cognac?
I don't like cognacs.
Okay, they're not bad. It
I'm
might be
not
an
a fan.
Armenian thing for me because that's
I'm
all we
not really
make
a
is
fan
cognac.
of brown
We make
liquor.
vodka too,
Really,
but
my mom likes that
yeah,
stuff. My dad loves that stuff. They like,
it's
me. I'm more of like a
definitely
vodka tequila guy.
yeah, it's
It's always
definitely a
been.
turn off for me now. I'm more of a clear liquor guy. Like I like vodka, I like tequila, like you. But at first,
Mhm.
that's what it was. It was just Hennessy and Captain. But occasionally Fireball if we wanted to get
Now,
frisky.
if I do dark liquor, mix it with Sprite or Sierra Mist. Best
Right, it's
tasty
not bad.
shit ever.
Yeah, it's not bad when you
Oh
do
yeah.
that. But anyway, so we would drink, we'd party, whatever, whatever. So it was like the end of the night. We were all done, and everybody like kind of like went to their quarters, right?
Hmm.
So my uncle Mikey went upstairs to his room, and we were just like fucking chilling there or whatever. And I was laying in the bed, and he was laying in the bed too. And I was like, for whatever reason, I was so blasted. I was like, let's watch Friends. Such a bad idea, first off, to watch Friends drunk because it's not that funny. Like when you're
Hmm.
drunk and you watch it, it's not funny. Like Seinfeld is one of
Yeah.
those shows where you always laugh, or like New Girl or
Right.
something. But
Uh.
Friends, nah, fuck that. Like it's only a sober show. So he was sitting there watching it, and I was like, I'm over this. He fell asleep. I was like, whatever. So I turned off his TV. I went downstairs. The next morning, this dude wakes up and it's all pissed, right? And I was like, what the fuck, man? I just throw up all over my room. He thought I threw up in his room. He threw up and then went back to sleep and then forgot. He didn't know.
That shit happens,
Yeah,
dude.
he came downstairs and he was like, you threw up all over my room. You're cleaning that shit. And I was like, Mikey, I never threw up. And it's like, what do you mean? It's like, I never threw up. I literally came downstairs. Like, I'll prove it to you. I'll take a solid shit right now. Like, I need to shit from all the food we ate last night. And it was like, there's no way. There's a whole puddle of throw up. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I didn't throw up. I was like, you fell asleep, and then I went downstairs. I was sleeping by the time any of that shit happened. I didn't hear nothing. I just knocked out. I slept in my bed. And it was like, why the fuck would I throw up and then just leave the room? Like that would, yeah. I don't care how drunk I am. I'm still gonna try to clean it because like even like the panic mode
Right.
sits and I'm like, oh fuck, I threw up in
Right.
your room. You know what I mean? At least then, like I'd be coming off the buzz and I'd clean it up. That was a while
Yeah.
ago though. But I can't. I'll remember that till the day I die. He came and says like, you threw up in my room. I was like, no, the fuck I didn't. You fucking did.
Right.
Like
Oh, dude. This is a real
that
funny
shit was
moment. I'll
too
never
funny.
forget this. Me and my brother. This happened on two occasions. The movie First Wives Club. I
Okay.
don't know if you ever seen the movie First Wives Club. It's a great movie. I'm not going to tell you about it, but it's a good movie. It has
I've
like
never
Goldie
seen it.
Hawn and Bette Midler and shit.
Bette Midler.
Yeah, you gotta love Bette Midler, dude. She can do
Yeah,
no wrong.
I just watched an episode of Seinfeld that she was in. You know that Rochelle thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was an episode about her where like Kramer was like fancying her quite a bit, and like they started dating and stuff. It was really weird, but it was funny.
Go Bet.
Hell
But
yeah.
it was funny. Like, okay, we hung out with the band Queens of the Stone Age on a bus
I
once.
love
Me
Queens
and
of
my
the Stone
brother.
Age.
Well, there's this crazy story. It was at Austin South by Southwest. Me and my brother got fake IDs, and my sister, she's older than us. She's like 23, 24. Me and my brother, we're like 19. We're still young. She's like, okay, I'm gonna take y'all to 6th Street. Me and my brother got impatient because she's trying to babysit us. She's trying to play mom. I
Right.
was like, let me and this fool go. We try to turn up, and like there's this huge, like, it's South by Southwest. Austin's packed. Bands are playing everywhere. We just saw Lady Gaga and Kanye in the park. Crazy concert. Then the next day, we're on actual 6th Street. We're next to this club called Emos, and there's like Queens of the Stone
Emos. That's what
Age.
it's called.
Emos, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty
Emos.
cool.
And then like there's like this band called Queens of Stone Age. They're doing a set. Paramore just did their set, and they're letting us in through like the last thing. And me and my brother like jumping around, acting a fool, rocking out. And then Haley Williams, she's like the coolest thing. I died at this moment. Haley Williams got off stage and was doing meet and greet with some of the fans and stuff.
No shit.
She said, "Big man, I saw you. Come here." She gave me a hug. She's like, "I saw you, big man. I saw you rocking out and stuff." I was like, "Yeah, I love you guys." She's like, "Thank you." She was so nice. And she said, "Do you want to take a picture?" I was like, "Yeah." And I took a picture.
Do you still have it?
It wasn't with my phone or nothing. It was with somebody else's. So I think it was on their fan page or something like that.
Oh, okay. So have you ever been able to find it? I would love to see
I've never found that picture, but I'm pretty sure it's with their thing. But I have a picture with Haley Williams.
Dude, I'm gonna post a picture of you in a Discord that specifically goes out and finds things on the internet. That's their entire job. So I'm going to post a picture of you. I'm going to be like, I need a picture of this guy with Haley Williams. It's out there somewhere. Please find it. And I'll see if they can find it.
They should. But, anyway, we get kicked out of the club because we didn't have tickets.
Okay.
And we see this bus with pizza and beer. I was like, dude, I want some pizza and beer.
Solid combination.
And these guys are like, whoa. What are y'all doing? I was like, dude, I just want some pizza and beer. And then they're like, come on, So me and my brother sit down, and it's the guitar player from Mastodon, the lead singer from Queens of the Stone Age, the bass player from Queens Stone Age. We're sitting here hanging out. Ramirez doesn't know who these guys are. I do. Ramirez is just like chilling, talking to him and everything.
Right, yeah.
Then they're going up to the Hilton Garden Inn. And my sister's freaking out. She's been calling our phone like crazy. Where the fuck are we? Crying and everything. We texted her.
Was she at the concert with you guys?
No, we left her.
Oh,
she's still on we're like a few blocks down. They bought us a hotel at Hill Garden Inn. I'm so fucking like, I'm like so drunk and stuff. I'm trying to get in the hotel. I'm on the ground like, look at my belt buckle. Look at my belt buckle. Because it's this bull like belt buckle I had that was like what The Rock had. For like the wrestling thing.
Yeah.
And Rance is like, fuck you and your belt. I'm trying to get the booze out of your minibar. So I'm like, okay. So he finally gets us up. I text Ebony, we're at the Hilton Hotel. All right. Me and my brother, we turn on TV, we're drinking, we order room service, we order pancakes and waffles and stuff, right? First Wives Club's coming on. We sat down and watched First Wives Club while eating fucking pancakes. And we ended up repeating this thing, the same thing with, like, my sister was mad for one thing. She's like, how did y'all get a free hotel? And I want fucking pancakes and waffles. It was like, help yourself. And she was so mad that we got a free hotel for the night. And then me and my brother reenacted that same night of me and him just sitting in this giant luxurious bed at my girlfriend's house in Florida when he came down and visited. We're eating pancakes and watching First Wives Club.
That's like some of the best shit that you could ever do. You know how like it's one of the best things about humanity that I love. Like you go in, you have a great experience, and it was so good. You have to try to like replicate it to see if you could ever do it again. And then when you try to do it yourself, it's like it's not as good.
It was still really good though because
but like it's not
it was awesome because my brother's like I brought like when my brother came down, he's like, I got our movie, son. And he's like, what's this? He's like, First Wives Club on DVD. And then my girlfriend, she was gone for the day. She comes home. She's like, babe, why is there maple syrup and butter smeared all over the sheets? I was like, oh, me and Ramirez were watching First Wives Club and stuff. And she's like, y'all were eating breakfast in my bed? I was like, well, yeah. And she's like, I was like, don't worry, we'll get new sheets. I mean, we have sheets, to replace the sheets.
Yeah.
I said, I'll put the new sheets on because we even bought newer sheets.
Right.
And we replace the sheets like every other week or something.
Replace them, or just wash them?
Well, we wash them. We have like
Oh,
3 or 4
okay.
pairs of
I was
sheets,
gonna
and
say, like,
every 2 weeks
that
we
would
would
be
change the
so
sheets.
that would be so funny to me that like that's such a luxury thing if you think about it. If like somebody had to go out and buy new sheets every time, like you thought you could only use them once, like you just used them once, and like the next
Yeah,
day you were like a hotel, like you take all those off
right.
and you go and be like, oh, I gotta get new sheets today, and they'll be like, okay, and then like you buy, you see them buy like 7 of them, and they're like, what are you doing? I was like, one for every day. I'd be like, what do you mean one for every day? You know, imagine
Dude, that
that.
would be annoying replacing the sheets like that all the
Yeah,
time.
fuck that. By the way,
It better be a fucking 5,000 thread
right?
count or something like
That's what I'm
that.
saying.
If
Like,
I'm balling like that.
yeah. But so here's the thing. Fucking what's it called? There's one thing about sheets that I'm so glad that an entire generation doesn't do anymore. The
What's
top
that?
sheet. Nobody uses a top sheet anymore, and I'm so glad that like I don't know why it pleases me so much that everybody else isn't doing it anymore, but I love that I don't do it. It's just fitted sheet, blanket on top. That's it. No fucking top
You know
sheet.
what? I have that top sheet, and I just don't know what to do with it. It literally sits in a ball in the
Take it
corner of my
off.
thing.
What I do is I take it off, and if I'm too hot one night, I'll just use that as a blanket instead. It
Yeah,
depends.
I keep it as like a side blanket in case I'm too
Yeah, but
cold
you
or
could
too
just
hot.
fold it up and bring it
Yeah.
to the side because the worst thing in the world is being in your bed and like you know it's the fitted sheets on there. You know what I mean? That ain't coming off unless you actually go in there and take it out. You know what I mean? Because of the elastic. But the top sheet, like if you go underneath the top sheet for whatever reason, it feels like it's like velcroed to the fucking fitted sheet, and you try to move, and it's so constricting. It's like get the fuck off of me.
It just doesn't feel right. I
No.
don't know why. I don't like
Yeah.
it.
It feels like an extra layer of skin that doesn't need to be there. Like I just want to shed it, you know?
Shed the skin.
Yeah, man. It's not. It doesn't feel right.
You're like
I
a
feel
butterfly. I gotta get out.
yeah,
And,
right. Yeah, you gotta
yeah.
spread out, and you can do it like just underneath of a comforter like this or whatever. For example, like you just get underneath of there, you get underneath the cover, and you just go. Oh, you know what I mean. You really feel the bed.
Now you know what I hate about my sheets is okay. I bought 2 black sheets.
Okay, naturally, you want to
No,
blend in.
well, no. I bought 2 black, things, and I should have bought different colors because every time I wash them, I'm trying to know, like, okay, is this the clean one? Like, I know
Yeah,
they're clean, but it's like, did I just
I know
wash
that
this
was
one?
such a stupid joke.
It's so dumb though. I should have bought like 2 different colors. I was talking to my mom like that. She's like, "Why didn't you do like black and gray, blue and black, or something like that? That way you can change the sheets."
I mean, it's
You can
preference.
even. She even told me I could even mix and match,
You
and
could.
I didn't even think about that. And I'm like, "That's a good point,"
You
And I
know what
just
it
didn't
is?
do it.
It's just male simple brain. Like you walk in and be like, I only need one sheet, one color. That's what I'm getting. It's the same thing like with
Yeah,
t-shirts. Like you go out, you grab t-shirts, and you're like, I'm feeling like I want to do white t-shirts. You go out and get
bro.
yourself some white t-shirts.
I counted it. I own 27 pairs of this same black
28.
shirt. Oh yeah, 28. Yeah,
I have one.
yeah.
Yeah. This motherfucker left one in the hotel and with his flip-flops. By the way, I gotta ship them back to you, you fuck.
It'd be great to get those soon. I'm tired of wearing my roommate's Crocs.
It'd be great if we had money. But we'll get there.
Hey, babe,
One step at a
I
time.
got you, fam.
Yeah, I really
I got-
appreciate that.
I got you, fam.
I mean, I got some Iraq money. I can flex that too. But
Oh yeah. You were supposed to give me some of that too, and
oh, I forgot.
yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad. All right, I'll
It's
put a bill. I'll put a bill in there in the shipping thing.
Yeah.
How many do you want? I'll give you 10 bills.
Yeah, you say you're gonna give me about $1,000. Was it in hundreds or 20s? I can't remember.
It was 250.
$250.
Their currency is awful because of inflation. So it's like it's a $250, well, not dollar, but dinar. 250 dinars is one bill.
I can't remember. Was it in 20s or was it in
It's
hundreds?
in 250s.
Oh, well, just give me as much as you're willing to give me.
I'll give you 10 bills. That's fine.
All right, 10 bills is cool.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's 250 dinars. 250
Oh, okay.
dinars is 17 cents here. Their currency is awful.
Yeah, but hey, I could be like, hey, I got that money in Iraq, baby. What's good?
Yeah, be like, I got, well, what's 10 bills? 25,000 dinar. That's what, no,
Yeah.
2,500. My bad. My math is terrible.
Yeah, 2,500.
Yeah. But speaking of the trip, though, I wanted to get to that because like we didn't really get to flesh that out. It was great. It was fantastic. I want you to tell your story first. Tell the train story first. From coming here.
Okay. Okay. We booked Davo is the sweetest person. Okay, he technically booked me a flight to come down, but I was like, that's just a little too expensive. And they're like, well, we could get you a train or something. I was like, well, let's look into trains. And they booked me a train to come up there. I thought it was gonna be a day and a half, maybe 2. It took me 3 days to get there on a train.
Yeah.
And it wasn't too bad at first.
It was 3.5 days. It was fucking ridiculous.
3.5 days.
3 days and 16 hours was the total trip, I think.
It was really rough.
Yeah.
And traveling, and then just when I'm at my halfway point in Chicago, leaving Chicago, going to DC, which is where I was really excited to get to DC because that's where I'd be swapping the trains. And it's just a straight shot to Davo. Then it's just a straight shot
to good old Rhode Island.
And the first day wasn't so bad, but when I got to Chicago, people were rude. They kept telling me to go grab food over here and this and that. It's like, dude, I don't want to grab no food. I just want a Mountain Dew and get ready to go to the next place. They wouldn't tell me where to really go and be seated. It was so disorganized. I had 6-hour layovers, 12-hour layovers.
Yeah,
it was rough.
I do want to say one thing before you continue. Chicago, depending on where you are, is the worst fucking place you could possibly visit. People are the rudest, most inconsiderate, most pieces of shit in the fucking world. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there are some people like even in the South Side, even in the South Side of Chicago, like there's some pretty nice people there, but it's mostly shit. Let's be real. They don't give a fuck about you. You take a step in their direction, they're like, "Who the fuck are you?" It's.
Well, the funny thing was when I was heading out of Chicago, I saw my dad's old neighborhood.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
I didn't know your dad lived in Chicago. I thought you said he was in New York.
No, my dad's from Brazil, and then he went to New York.
Oh, that's right.
He went to Chicago.
Right.
He grew up in Chicago, his whole life.
Oh, maybe it was you were telling me he visited New York sometimes, and I just correlated that. Whatever.
He visited New York a few times.
No, I know.
He was a truck driver.
I remember you telling me.
But he's from Chicago. Like that's Chicago.
You gotta say it like they do. Dude, Chicago.
I can't do it.
You gotta.
You know what the funny thing is though? He loves Chicago, but when he tried to show us around, he showed us places that he went to as a kid, what he was excited about.
Yeah.
We tried the food there. It wasn't as good as I thought, but.
Well, I'm sure it's run down from then,
Well, no, like, you see, he was a poor kid in Chicago. So, like, he tried to, like, show us, like, places that he wanted to eat at, plus places that he liked to go and hang out at, and it was cool. Like, we saw a lot of museums and shit like that. But, like, the restaurants and stuff that he went to, that he was telling us that he ate at when he was a kid, they really just didn't hit it for me. Like, I was a pizza kid, and, like,
of course. You know what I mean? Like, it was different. You know what I mean? Like, you got to remember, too, because, like, when he was a kid, you got to think an entire generation went by, and probably the sons of whoever owned that place now run it, so the food's probably not the same.
Well, see, my dad's different. You see, my dad's favorite food in the world is fried chicken. Black food.
Yeah.
That's like fair. He loves fried barbecue chicken, fried chicken.
Is your dad 100% Brazilian, or is he the one? Your mom is the one with the French, right?
Yeah, my mom's French.
My dad's 100%. Yeah, I figured. Okay.
Yeah. But you would be able to tell my dad acts like a straight up black man. He's all about fried chicken and stuff, dude.
Yeah.
And like,
I mean, who can knock that though? Fried chicken is great. I don't care who you are. I don't care what race you are. Fried chicken is just amazing. It's so good,
dude. He loves his fried chicken, man. He loves his fried chicken.
So good.
He likes gizzards, all that stuff. Like,
Hell yeah.
He likes it all, and he eats it hood way, hot sauce. I
understand it, but I'll never do it. I just don't like hot sauce. I don't like spicy food.
Dude, hot sauce is good, but anyway, you missing out, my dude. But anyway, like my daddy loves his fried chicken. He loves his chicken. And yeah, but see, like, I'm a pizza guy. My dad doesn't. I don't even think I've really ever seen him eat pizza, really.
Okay.
Like he eats pizza, but he's not like one of those guys that like eats pizza. Like I don't really like.
We are really quick for ADHD going off topic. Train. Get to the train. Train.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, I just
I'm
really never see
sorry,
my
but
dad eat
we
pizza.
do that shit all
But
the
dude, we sidetracked so hard
time.
right there.
They're like, oh, tell me about the trip. My dad's from Brazil and he showed me all these shops. And I'm like, I asked the question. It was my fault. But still.
Well, fuck you. All right, for sidetrack. Okay. All right, back to the story.
Yeah.
I was starting to come down with something, and they didn't have water on the train. And the water that they did have was all the way up on this thing where I could not find the food cart or whatever. And when I did find it, they sold water, but they sold these tiny bottles of water, and they're like $3-4 for these bottles of
Yeah,
water.
those little like aquapods.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
They gave me one for free, and I just like said I said fuck it. So I took my bottle and I like filled it up with water from the sink from the bathroom because that was the only. It was rough because that was the only water there,
Yeah.
and I
Well,
really
it's what
didn't
you
even
had.
drink that. I really didn't even drink that because it was like
Yo,
from a bathroom.
next time, if you ever have to take a train again, just based on financial reasons, I'm gonna buy you one of those water backpacks with the fucking straw. With the fucking straw.
Dude, I just need to remember to carry water, dude. I mean,
That's
that
it.
was the whole fucking problem. I should have carried water.
Well, it's not like
But
you had a lot of tools to like put that shit on there either.
yeah.
Like you only
And
had that backpack and that little duffel, but
next time I'm traveling a lot lighter than that too.
yeah.
Like I shouldn't have been traveling with a duffel bag when I realized my mom told me, why didn't I take my other suitcase? I said I thought it was packed up. She said I had the suitcase with the roller thingy.
Yeah.
I could have took that. I didn't know. I thought I had one. But I thought it was packed up. She's like, no. So I just bought the duffel bag for nothing then.
Sounds about right.
So yeah, so I'm lugging this heavy ass duffel bag everywhere.
And that
I'm like, oh my
backpack
God.
was awful. How much did you pay for that fucking thing?
I paid like I think $30 for it.
That's a
which
lot
was
for that backpack. It's shitty.
It's real shitty. And on top of that, like after I got home, I just gave it to Ramirez.
This is not good for me.
It's not me
You
quality.
peasant.
It's beneath me taking it.
Get it out of my sight. Now.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The backpack I gave my brother was a lot better than the one he was lugging around. I'll tell you that.
That's fair. You know, another man's trash is another man's treasure, I guess.
But anyway, like,
Yeah.
Anyway, let me get back to the point.
Yeah. Sorry.
It took me like 2-3 days to get there. Then I get to Jersey. I met this really nice girl there. She was like, can you walk me off the train? I was like, yeah, sure. So keep in mind, it's been raining in Jersey, like a lot. And the conductor's like, the conductor's like, everybody, watch your step when you get off the train. I repeat, watch your step. He repeated it like 97 times. And then I'm like, okay, not listening. Don't watch my step, slip and fall, hurt my back. And I heard it in like this really weird place. And I was
there was
like,
an earthquake in Jersey that day.
Like it hurt so freaking bad. And I'm like trying to, and like one of the people's trying to help me up. And when I get up, they're like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. They're like, sir, just for safety policy, when we're gonna have a special escort, for you to get off the train and everything. So they're like, sir, we're just gonna wheel you out. And I was like, okay. And then I'm in a wheelchair. I hear Davo. So like they're like wheeling me out to Davo.
Yeah. And then this is my perspective. I'm sitting here.
Davo.
Yeah.
Davo's like right there, sitting there. I hear him running his mouth. I go, there he is.
I was not running my mouth.
No, I heard you like talking.
I wasn't.
Yeah, I heard you.
I was on the phone with you for a little while.
Well, I heard you, and I go,
I
there
wasn't
he is.
talking.
And then I see you turn around, and you're like, Chainber. And you're like, what the fuck? You're in a wheelchair. It's like,
yeah, but so now from my perspective, just be aware that I've been talking to this man over a party chat, whether it was PlayStation, Xbox, Discord, you name it, for 10 fucking years. I know what this man's voice sounds like. So I'm sitting there, like, in the Providence station, just looking out the fucking double doors, like, where the little roundabout is. So I'm sitting there just looking out there, and I'm, like, looking where the escalator is, and I'm looking on the other side. And I hear this motherfucker behind me go, there he is, with his deep-ass voice, and I'm like, that's Jim. The first thing I did, I turned around and I was like, there's that motherfucker. And then he stood up, I stood up. He's like, "Let me look at you," and he was like looking at me and shit. And we gave each other a hug, and that was it. We had a great fucking trip. It was fantastic.
Yeah. I want to make sure I was hugging the right person, you know?
Yeah, you gotta make sure it was me.
Yeah, let me look at you real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, you gotta get my consent.
Yeah. Same, you know, you got to, man. I mean, like, what if I was buying drugs from you? I would be like, same time, man. I don't know you, same time. You know, it's swapsies, dude. You know, I keep it 100. Dude.
Imagine I knew this motherfucker for 10 years just to fucking rob him when he gets here. I pay for an entire trip and I just take his shit and go.
You know what? You could have.
I could have just straight up took your shit and I could have just ran. Because there's no way you were catching me because of your hurt ass back. And there's no way you'd even know where the fuck I was. I would just be gone.
That would be so fucked up, man. I would
be so fucked up. Imagine
so wrong.
Somebody paying that much money just to get you out here, just to rob your ass.
I mean, all you would have got from me was a beat ass up PlayStation 5.
Yeah, and, but then when you made it in streaming, I could have been like, "This was Chainber TV's."
Hey, whoa, wait a minute.
Chainber TV's DNA on these flip flops. That's his foot callus.
Wait a minute, my cinch was in there. That's like $500 right there.
And your PS5. Fuck.
Yeah, that's like $1,000. Actually, both. I had spare controllers.
Yeah.
Few games.
Yeah, you had a bunch of stuff in there. I would have made a decent chunk of change there. I would have made my money back.
Yeah, you would have made over. That's about like $2,000.
I could have robbed you.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and your Astros. I could have sold your Astros too.
Oh yeah, my Astros. Yeah.
I love how we're just talking about how much money I could have made off of your shit.
$200 Astro headset.
Yeah.
You know, like
sell those for 50 at a pawn shop.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's how much they go if they're pre-owned like the ones I had. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But
dude, you would have made out like Bandit.
I would have.
Yeah.
That'd be funny though.
Be like, oh yeah.
I would have loved to see. I would have loved to see the post. I would have loved to see the post on like your Twitter or Facebook. Like, this motherfucker took all my clothes. You know, he'd be all pissed off, ranting and raving. People would be like, "What? Dabo did what?"
I'd be like, "Can I get my drawers back at least?" You know. I have my Batman pair in there, you know.
Oh, shit's too funny. But yeah. So overall, the trip was fucking fantastic. It was just me and him. We were just chilling, and then my buddy Oscar came down from Jersey. Which, you know what though? You know what I just fucking thought? Why the fuck wouldn't we have you stop in Jersey and then Oscar could have rode you the rest of the way?
That's a good point.
Why the fuck didn't we do that? He was coming anyway.
He came that fall. I could have got off and been sitting there waiting on him for like maybe 20
You could have at least waited at his house while he was working or something.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But that's so dumb. Why didn't we do that?
Now that I know that Oscar's in Jersey, though.
Well, it doesn't matter. Next time we're doing a plane, I ain't having you do that training.
Well, yeah, but now that I know that he's in Jersey, whenever I'm in Jersey, I'll be like, "Yo, Oscar, I'm in Jersey, man. What's up?"
There you go. But yeah, overall, trip was great. I love how we're reiterating it now. Just getting all of like, what the fuck? Why did we do that? Just realizing all of our mistakes.
Yeah, the food was good, y'all. He showed me a good time.
Oh yeah,
I will say this motherfucker can eat.
Hell yeah.
This dude can eat.
He didn't know.
I'm a big old boy, all right? I like to eat. But I wasn't prepared. I was not prepared for what the game they were bringing when they said, "Chain, we're going to eat." I just wasn't prepared.
He wasn't ready.
Keep in mind, I don't eat meat like they do. Like Davo is a meat eater. I'm more of like a bread person. I don't know what it is. I love pastries and stuff like that.
Yeah, you do love bread. I love bread.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put that sound in right here.
I love bread. Yeah, like I get my fill off of like bread and stuff. Like I love eating garlic breads and stuff like that, and pastas and stuff. So I'm a bread guy. That's where I think I get my fill.
You're a carbs guy.
Yeah, I'm a carb guy.
Protein.
He's all about that meat. So he was eating. He was putting that meat down, dude.
Hell yeah. So let me just explain. So basically, I just took him to all of my favorite spots in Rhode Island. I didn't want to take him to like the spots that were like there were a couple of spots that like are known for Rhode Island. Like for example, like if you ever come to Rhode Island, our number one thing is hot wieners. Like it's Onlyville, New York system. Come here, hot wieners. It's basically just a hot dog, except I'm not sure if it is a hot dog. It could be chicken, it could be pork. I don't know what kind of meat it is, but it's a hot dog with a meat sauce with some diced onions and some celery salt on the top and a little bit of mustard. That's the entire thing. It's called a hot weenie. There's a deliberate recipe, and if you try to order it any other way and you name it something different, they're gonna give you shit for it. That's what it is.
They refuse it. Like
yeah,
they
literally.
service.
So, but it's a nice spot. You know, you go there, you eat, you sit down. So I showed him a couple of the traditional places. I brought him to Providence. I like showed him the State House. I showed him the Providence Place Mall. You know, I brought him to the comic store because he's a big fan of comics. You know, we just did general shit.
I definitely got my fill of coffee milk. I definitely got the coffee milk experience.
Yeah, it's very different. So this is the thing. So Rhode Island has a thing called coffee milk. Okay, it's basically the same thing as chocolate milk. It comes in a syrup, all that stuff, but it's more sugary than coffee. You know what I mean? It's not tart. It's just sweet, you know? So he tried it before. A friend of his sent him a bottle to put and mix in milk. And it's not really the same feel. But when you come to Rhode Island and you make it, and like they make it in like the fucking restaurants and shit, like we went to like a breakfast spot, when you have it there with something salty, it's the best fucking shit. It hits the motherfucking spot. Cause like when you're having like salty ass bacon or really salty shit, like you immediately get thirsty. So like it quenches your thirst and gives you like a nice sweet thing to kind of go down with it. That's sort of the idea. It's like a sweet and salty combo, but you just, you know, you finish off with a drink rather than having it within the food. You know, so it quenches your thirst on the way down and it's
really
cold.
Good though. I really enjoyed it. It was very good. A lot of people, the neat thing about it is it's like the people go, it's recommended drink. So like whenever I didn't never go, hey, I want coffee milk. It was always recommended it to me.
Yeah.
So that was the neat thing. So wherever I went, if they go, hey, you want coffee milk? I was like, sure, I'll have coffee milk.
Right.
And quite a few places offer it. Yeah, it's like their standard. It's like when we went to the Wiener place, what's it called again? New York system?
New York system, yeah.
New York system. They're like, hey, how about you have a couple coffee milks to wash it down with? Did it there. I went to Harriet's. Hey, would you like some coffee milk to wash that down with? Yeah, you know. So like any place I went to and they offered it, I pretty much assumed okay.
Yeah, you inevitably ended up taking it.
Yeah, so and it was really good. And I mean, I think my favorite spot overall, the whole experience, was probably the simplest one, which was Harriet's. It was a breakfast spot. It was a mom and pop shop. I loved it because it felt like home.
Yeah, family owned business.
It was just a really small place with really good food.
And all the waitresses are super nice, super generous.
Yeah, people are nice. It was really cool seeing like cops come in. Anybody who's anybody goes in there, but it was just kind of neat seeing like the community. It seemed like a community love spot.
It definitely is.
So I love seeing that. And
that's
like,
why I wanted to take you there.
It reminds me of like areas out here. So like, you know, when you go to like a little mom and pop spot, you know, you see the police come up in there, get their coffee, say some shit. Maybe the occasional person comes in, argues, jokes with somebody and leaves and stuff. It had that whole dynamic or something. And I really like that. So it really had a splash of home.
It's a nice, it's a really nice environment. Harriet's is just a good spot.
So if I had to pick my favorite restaurant there so far, it was definitely Harriet's. But
I know what you're gonna say.
I didn't come there for Harriet's. I came there for the pizza. Okay.
What's the name?
Huh?
What's the name? Come on, give me the name. I want to hear it.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you the name. Can I finish saying what I wanted to say first? Can I finish my story? I just
want to hear it. It's music to my ear.
Can I finish my story first?
Say it, motherfucker.
Fellini's.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Fellini's was definitely. Now, Fellini's was a highly recommended pizza place. Dave Portnoy went there. It's been rated. It's known to be one of the best, most popular pizza places in Rhode Island. Definitely one of the best places I've ever had pizza out of. If you do, I prefer the pepperoni pizza, and they have a white mozzarella pizza.
No. So it's a white olive oil, garlic, salt, and pepper with ricotta balls on the top.
Okay, what he
Oh,
said. Order those two
so
pizzas,
good.
and you're fucking living a dream. Davo's not a pepperoni guy; he's a cheese guy.
Although I will
But
eat pepperoni, but I just prefer cheese.
yeah, but I'm a pepperoni guy. I think that's my standard for a pizza. Some people go, "Oh, you got to do just
Yeah.
plain cheese." That's
The
cool.
pepperoni's the nice one, the one that like cups like that and all the oil sits in it, like a little bowl.
Yeah.
It's good.
And if you do get it, tell them you want a little char with it. Because I'm telling you right now, if you're getting a good pie, if it ain't got that char, it's not a good pizza.
You gotta get that crisp.
You gotta get that char. So, yeah.
But yeah, it was good. But yeah, so in total, we went to Harriet's, New York System, Fellini's, Iggy's, which is the seafood spot. And then this was more not really a Rhode Island place. It was just a place that I like. It's a Korean barbecue spot called Sura. And it's unlimited fucking meat. Image right here. Just a little picture that when we were all eating it. And it's just trays and trays and trays of food. There's like a little fucking skillet in the middle of the table, and like it has like a little flame or whatever, and you can cook all your food in the middle yourself. They bring it out raw. And I think in total that day, which is when Chainber really saw how much I could eat because he wasn't prepared. I think we had
Also,
about
I got failed on the dumplings too, but the dumplings were trash.
the dumplings. I will say the dumplings were trash. Don't get the dumplings. If you go there and get dumplings, they're just vegetable dumplings. They're trash. Don't get them. But I think in total it was about 8.5 pounds of meat. 8.5, which is quite a hefty amount of meat. Now let's just be aware of the ratios here, okay? Because Chainber had about 2.5 pounds. Oscar had about 2 pounds, and I had the rest. I can eat, motherfucker. I can.
He ate about
eat.
what, 8 to 9 pounds of meat?
No, 4. I had 4.
Oh,
You
it
had
was
2.5. Oscar had 2. Yeah, because he had he filled up on those squid on the octopus. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
he got those. He didn't realize it was going to be that much octopus.
I
so
got
he just
filled
up
off
on
of the
that.
pork belly and the shrimp.
And I was
And
just killing that fucking the shaved meat, that shaved steak. Oh my fucking god,
that shaved steak was good. I should have doubled up on that,
dude. I don't care. Anytime you go, that's what I was trying to tell you guys at the beginning. But I get it. You guys wanted to try all of it, but that's the thing that
But
hits
dude, the pork belly
best.
was fucking dude.
No, it was the pork belly
Dude,
was great.
Oscar was crushing the pork belly too. It was good.
Pork belly's
Like,
good.
I'm
It's good
sorry,
shit.
that pork belly was good shit, dude.
No, I totally agree. But it's just something about that thin, crispy meat for the dipping sauces. It's just so fucking good. It's so good.
And the thing
you
is,
can just
though,
keep
the
going
crisp-
because you can eat it like chips. You know what I mean? Because it's so thin, and you can just keep going, man.
But I'm sorry, dude. That pork belly, the more it cooked, oh my god.
Yeah, that fat just renders down. It's so
dude.
good. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah. But yeah,
I should have taken a picture of each individual plate before we got into it, so I could have like put it on here, but we just didn't. We were planning on filming more, but we were just having such a good time that we just didn't even bother. Like we had so much fun.
I think the next time though that we do meet up, we should do some filming. But I think we talked about doing a lot of filming, but it just wasn't executed.
Yeah. Well, we did record one episode, but we lost it.
Yeah, I think it was just important that me and him got to hang out for the first time. No cameras, none of that, because like you said, we know each other for like 10 years. We're good friends.
Yeah.
And we just needed that one-on-one.
Yeah, we definitely
to get a feel. And I think we crushed it overall.
Yeah. The next time you come down, we're definitely going to get some more one-on-one time. I did want to, like, I originally I did want it to just be you and me, but it became a present from my girlfriend, obviously, and then obviously everyone else was brought into it. But it's okay though; I still had a great time. But the next time we chill, it'll just be you and me. Like we're gonna go.
Oh,
around,
and the steak and mac and cheese you made was pretty freaking good.
I was gonna get to that. So I've been ranting and raving about my mac and cheese. I make a pretty bomb fucking baked mac and cheese. I would say so myself.
It needs more cheese.
Shut up. So I made it for them, and I made some steak, which I kind of fluked on the steaks, but it's only because we were so busy. But overall, meal was great, and him and Oscar fucking shoveled that in their mouths. They were like, "This is the best fucking baked macaroni." Well, I don't know what you. I wouldn't say for you because you know you're down there in Texas. That baked
really
macaroni is
good.
pretty fire
It's
down
really
there.
good fucking macaroni. I kind of wanted to just do at one point when like I took a little fork and I just like he had this big old thing of macaroni. I took my fork and just did that. I was like, this is good. I wanted to take the whole thing and just start scooping it for myself.
It's good
And then
stuff.
it's okay, everybody. I got some. Everybody gets like a scoop, but it was gonna be mine. I
Yeah.
wanted to do that, but
So
it
I
was so
will.
good.
So I will say one of the biggest reasons why it was so
It was
good.
good.
So you usually we'll go out and like every once in a while we'll do a macaroni like that. But usually when we want to do a quick baked macaroni, we'll go to like Aldi's and get like the generic mozzarella, generic cheddar, whatever. So the
Mhm.
cheese that was in there was a fucking 15-year aged cheddar. It's no joke. It's an expensive cheese, and there was a whole pound of it in there. So like it was the 15-year aged cheddar, and then like fresh mozz that we rendered down into a roux, and then straight off the fucking block at the deli, like at like a real deli, like shredded Colby Jack, and it was just fucking. It was beautiful. But normally when we make it like generic, like we just go get a couple of blocks in the fucking fridge aisle.
It
And
was
just...
that who said it needs much cheese.
Okay, so the owner of the house over here smokes a fuck ton of cigarettes and has no taste
I'm
buds
trying
anymore.
to do the smoker call, the smoker talk.
Yeah, so she tried some, which by the way, let me just paint this picture for you. Breadcrumbs on the top, practically soaked in butter. Cheese gooey as fuck. Like you could see it. It's like not soupy, but like thick. You know, almost like you just took it straight out of a Velveeta packet. And it drenched in oils from all the cheese. There's no way that it could be dry, that it could be not cheesy. Like you could see it. It was insane. She took a couple bites. She said it was super dry and it needed more cheese. I was like, this bitch. You know what you're talking about. Like this thing, like you literally you have it and your mouth is coated in cheese and oil. Like you can't get away from it. I don't even know how the fuck her mind went to that, but whatever. It was great. It was a fucking great mac and cheese. You guys loved it. That's all I give a fuck about.
You said it needed more cheese.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Fucking 2.5 pounds of cheese.
I was like, when you take a scoop, it's like,
Yeah,
oozing cheese
it
off of-
literally
like,
comes out.
what more do you want, lady? But hey, you know, I mean, I've never been one to complain about what needs more cheese
Yeah, no.
until you see something that needs more cheese. But
Yeah.
that right there didn't need cheese.
Yeah. What needs more cheese is a burger with only one fucking slice of cheese on it. You need at least two.
It's 2 slices.
Two
Always.
slices, always. It's either that or when you go to the deli, you get extra thick slices so you don't need to double stack. It's less work. But yeah. But overall,
You see
we had a
these
great
new
fucking
burgers
time.
these days where they're putting like mozzarella sticks on the burgers.
I saw that. It sounds
I'm like, damn,
amazing.
that's a game changer.
Hell yeah. But yeah. It was fun though. We had such a good fucking time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was so
It,
fucking
it was
fun.
it
I
was a
would
slow time.
gladly do it all over again. It was so fucking fun.
Yeah, and for our next adventure, the Armenian's going to come here to Texas,
Yes.
and he's going to die of heat.
I'm going to die of heat because I'll tell you what, it's 72 degrees in my room right now, and I'm fucking dying because I'm a northerner, and that's what we do. We're
And
bitches when it comes to heat.
And we're going to have him come down during the winter, so that's going to be kind of interesting.
It'll probably be
So
around
he's-
my temperature. Winter temperatures get like what, like 60, 70 degrees over there?
Yeah. Sometimes colder.
Yeah, but that's okay. I'm cool with colder. I love the cold.
I mean, the coldest it usually gets, we've had it at like 36, 32, 34 degrees.
Yeah, that's like our normal like fall temperatures.
Damn. Shit. That's like ice age weather for us, dude. We're like fucking, yeah.
Nah, I think the lowest it's ever gotten, like record wise, was like negative 20, negative 35, maybe. That was like our record though. On average, it's like on the really cold winter days, it's like, 0, -2, 5 degrees.
Negative. -2, bro, for real?
Yeah, like
Oh shit.
average nights though. Like during the middle of the day for the winter, it's like 30, 20 sometimes. But sometimes, on the deep winter nights, like cold ass nights, it can get into the negatives. Our coldest ever was like -35, I think.
I don't know how people do it up there, but yeah.
Just imagine people in Alaska. It's -40 average.
Hey, that's people.
It can get down to
Hey,
like -80.
hey, those are Eskimos, dude. They're built for that weather.
Oh, they're
dude.
not Eskimos. There's regular ass American people living down there, man.
Only people I know that live in Alaska are Eskimos. I mean, if there is American Eskimos, that's good.
That's not true. Luke Nichols is out there.
I don't know who that is. But
Outdoor
okay.
Boys.
Okay.
That YouTube guy that I watch.
He probably rolls with Eskimos, dude. You don't know that.
He doesn't roll with Eskimos.
That's not a thing that you know.
He was a lawyer before that. I know his story.
He probably made some Eskimo friends while he was up there. Shit.
There's no
that motherfucker probably know how to make like
an
an igloo and everything.
He does know how to make igloos. He does. He's made them.
Where do you think you learned that from? Eskimos.
No.
Yes. Eskimos build igloos. It's a proven fact.
They do build igloos, but I don't think he learned from Eskimos. I think he just learned from YouTube.
You ever been in the igloo?
Actually, I have. I have.
Really? I've never been in one.
I built one a long time ago.
Okay, not at elementary school. You built a fake cardboard igloo.
I built a igloo at the age of 17. It was a big ass snow day. We had like 5 feet of snow, and I literally got like a fucking tree saw, and I used it to cut the snow into blocks, and I made a legitimate igloo. I fucking made an igloo.
Igloo's made out of ice, motherfucker, not snow.
Yeah, but it's initially snow. It's just really heavily packed.
Whatever.
That's what it is.
I think you just built a snow house. You ain't built no igloo.
It's an igloo. An igloo is made out of snow. It's not ice.
It's ice.
No, it's not. Because if it was ice...
If I look up... I'm going to look up igloo.
Look up an igloo, you dumb fuck.
Man, fuck you, all right?
Yeah. It's made out of snow. It's just really densely packed. That's all it is. It's made out of snow.
I'll look up igloo and lunchboxes pop up.
They literally wouldn't be able to live inside of it if it was ice. The whole point of snow is that it has insulating factors. That's why it ends up being warm
it is
on the
a
inside.
snow hut that is made out of ice and snow. Okay, I stand corrected.
Yeah.
It's like snow and ice.
Yeah, because what happens is you build the base out of snow, and then when it snows, there's a layer in between that eventually melts and freezes with the day and the night, and then it will freeze over, and that's what seals all the cracks. That's what
I think it'd be fucked up because I would probably be eating my own house. Like I bring in like a Coca-Cola or something, and that shit's warm. I'd probably be like, "Hold up, let me chisel some of this in my drink."
Dude, that guy does it all the time. He'd be sitting there in like a snow cave or whatever, and like he'd just be like, "I need some water," and he just scrapes his wall with a bucket and just starts cooking it.
Yeah.
It works. Might as well.
No, I mean, if it gets the job done, it gets the job done.
He has like one of those little butane, like little pump stoves, and he just pumps it up and kind of goes like that to light it. And then he just fucking puts a little pot there and scrapes the snow right off the wall and puts it on the thing and melts the water. And then that's it. There's other ones where he has, and this is the coolest thing. And I kind of want to get this just in case. Because if we do ever have an apocalypse, we're going to need it because it's Rhode Island and it's cold out here. So it's like a wood stove, right? But it has like a little thing on the side of it. So like, and it has like this almost kind of like tin foil, but much thicker. It's like a sheet of aluminum that's like coiled, but it's coiled a specific way so that it can turn into a chimney, but you can roll it up into like something this size. But when you take it all the way out, it rolls out and then curls, and it turns into a big tube. So like you have like the wood stove that unfolds, and then you put the chimney in, and there's a little water reservoir on the side of it. And the idea is that you put the wood inside of the main part of the stove, and then you just fill up the water reservoir with snow.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
And the best part about it is that it has like a little faucet on the bottom of it, so you can have access to water whenever you need it. You just turn the little fucking knob, and it comes right out. It's fucking so useful.
Yeah, it's got like tea and everything ready. He's ready to have some tea.
Yeah, you could throw some herbs inside of the little bucket, and then boom, out comes the tea. You can do whatever you want. And then the best part is that when you need to rinse it off, you just put more fucking snow in it. It's great.
Yeah,
I
I
want to
saw
get
that
one.
one episode and stuff. He like cooked like a big ass steak, and then he's
Yeah.
like, "Well, I'm gonna refrigerate it. Just puts it on a hook outside, let it
Yeah.
freeze back up." And then he's like, "Oh well, I'm hungry again. Let me warm that steak up. Just put it on the."
Yeah. The coolest thing ever that I found from him is that he has this little trick that he does. So usually he has three different ways of cooking a steak. Is he either takes the coals straight out of the fire and he'll just lay the steak right on top of the
Yeah,
coals.
yeah, I've seen him do that.
And when
Yeah.
it's done cooking, the coals will just fall right off. There's that way, or he'll put it right on top of his wood stove, or you can put a fucking stick straight through the steak. And the idea is that you have to use the back of your hand. You just have like with the safety thing with doors, like if a room's on fire, you get
Mhm.
your fucking hand and you put it as close to the fire as you possibly can, and you wait 3 seconds. And if your hand starts to burn at like 2.5, that's 350 degrees. So he puts the steak and angles it at that very place, so he can have it cook at 350 for a certain amount of minutes. That's such a
Mhm.
cool little trick. I fucking
Yeah,
love that.
you like the thing is though, it's like where he camps. It's like, why would you camp there?
Well,
But I
so
guess that's part of the point, you know.
so this is kind of his whole thing. He was a traffic lawyer out in Virginia, I think was the state, and he had a general passion for like fishing and stuff. So he had an entire channel that wasn't Outdoor Boys, that was just on fishing. So like it was just like information about fishing, how to make hooks, bone hooks, like how to do those big ass tarp things that you throw. Like the whole thing was just about fish. And then he made like a couple of videos with his boys in it with camping, and a bunch of people
Hmm.
commented underneath with like, "Yo, what the fuck? This isn't about fishing." So he was like, "All right, I'll just make a whole nother channel because I really enjoy doing this with my boys, and like if I just made it into content, it was getting enough views to like make it into a different channel." So he announced that he was doing a new channel, moved to Alaska, where her in-laws, where I think her wife's in-laws lived, or his family lived, and they went to Alaska and they lived there. They have like a little house out there or whatever. And then he started doing camping videos, and then eventually it turned into survival, and it just kept going and going and going. So then he started doing these special videos where he would deliberately go into really harsh conditions with his kids to show how to take care of your kids if you're in that situation. But he kind of made it fun because like he would prep so much. Like he'd bring like apple pies and this and that so that they could
Yeah,
still have a good time. He'd have like hot chocolate in the morning for his
yeah.
kids.
Because like he doesn't want the kids to get like impatient and bored and be like, I want to go home and all
Exactly.
that.
He needs to
He
show the
has to create
kids.
a
Yeah.
scenario
Yeah,
how,
he
yeah.
he has to create an environment in which he has to take care of them, but it has to be comfortable and bougie enough for the kids so that they're not like, fuck this, I don't want to do this anymore. They want him to have a good time so that they'll keep wanting to go out
Yeah.
with him.
Well, hell, I mean, they look like they had a good time when they're walking in that freezing rain.
Yeah.
That one episode, like,
Dude.
they're in Alaska walking through freezing rain
Yeah.
and they're still having a good time. So, I mean, he's raised them up pretty good and they
Yeah.
can endure a little bit. So
I
that's pretty
remember
good.
I remember watching one video of his where like he was building a bushcraft shelter. So like, just like a mediocre log cabin essentially between two trees. And he like was in the middle of building it, and then halfway through he was like, I gotta build a chair for my boy. And he built the chair, and his son, because it was like during COVID, was doing online school on a tablet in the middle of the woods while his dad was making a bushcraft shelter, and he was sitting on a wooden chair that he just made out of logs. And like he's just sitting there doing online school, and it's like 2020 is such a weird year. It just goes back to making logs like anybody else was doing that during COVID, unless you absolutely had to.
Yeah, well, he was a cool dad taking kids on a camping trip
Yeah,
like
I
that.
fucking
That's
love
fucking
that.
cool.
I love that dude's channel, man. Outdoor Boys is such a fucking good
It's
channel.
it's an interesting
It's
channel.
so
It's
wholesome
it's
too.
very, yeah.
Yeah, it's great. But I think lately his oldest son Tommy has been really into World War II stuff. So there's a lot of World War II sites in Alaska where there's like a couple of islands where like they had as World War II
Mhm.
bases, and they're all abandoned. Obviously, like they don't use them anymore. But like they were worried that Russia was going to invade from the opposite side because they were in Alaska during World War II.
Yeah.
So they made this huge fucking bunker system, and they had these 360-degree fucking swivel cannon turrets that were set up on these mountains just in case any ships wanted to try to invade America. So they went through all these and like explored them and like were like seeing where the gun turrets were. Like he's super into it, and
Right.
so is his father. But it was kind of cool seeing the old bunkers and the barracks and how everything was. It was obviously all
Yeah.
destroyed and fucked because it's been there for so many years. It's been what, almost 80 years since the war.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. Just kind of like watching them go through the ruins, and they even camped in one of the bunkers. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. They were prepared on all like people don't realize how prepared America was for war. And like I
yeah,
was watching some things on that stuff recently about like, what if Hitler would have attacked America and all this other stuff, how he would have went about it and everything. But, you know, Hitler stressed himself too far because while he was invading Europe, he was also trying to take over Russia, and that was
yeah,
where his downfall was. Don't fuck with the Soviets because apparently the equipment got like tanks and people and weapons and stuff just couldn't. They weren't designed for Russia. I mean the Russians knew how to handle being in Siberia. It's just the Germans didn't.
yeah.
So the Nazis didn't, and they lost like a lot of stuff in there. So that was kind of neat hearing about how like the soldiers just couldn't survive those temperatures or make do with anything. And it's like, oh yeah, that's because the Russians have one thing that they don't: vodka and lots of it. But anyway, I mean, Russians just know how to survive that weather because they're made for it. They're built for it. They
Yeah.
they live in that weather year round. And
Well,
they
shit,
know how
we
to
are too.
survive it.
Rhode Island. You know?
Rhode
We're
Island
used to
strong.
that shit.
Yeah, like me next time I'm gonna be in like a fucking
Yeah.
wrap a
I'll,
creature around me next time.
I will, well, the next time you visit, I would assume it would be in the summer. I feel like spring would be the best thing, but all that pollen will fuck your allergies up. So I think like dead in the middle of summer. Or if not, like just coming out of
Well,
winter going into summer, maybe.
we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I
Yeah,
mean,
we'll
I'm not
see.
gonna make any like we'll figure it out. I mean, when I come up and visit is when I come up and visit.
No, I know, but like I'm just saying for the next time we should definitely have you plan to come when it's a lot warmer.
And that's our time, guys. I'm your host, Chainber, along with Davo, aka the Lean Armenian. Thank you for checking us out. Davo, hit him with the links.
So you can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Rumble. That is the only place that our podcast is currently on right now. If you want to follow our Twitch channels, he is known as Chainber TV, and any other socials of his, he's either known as Chainber or Chainber-1. I am the Lean Armenian across the board on all platforms except for Twitter, which is just Lean Armenian. Thank you for watching the show.